As I'm walking back, a very attractive man is walking a dog. And he's going towards the park, and he says, "Did you catch your Pokemon?" And I can't even respond. I'm looking at him like, "Why are you talking to me?" And I was just like, "No, but I caught 8 mosquito bites." Welcome to Louder Than Ever. I'm Mary.
I'm Hailey.
And we are two Gemini Ravenclaws who've made a lot of mistakes in their lives, but have nothing else in common.
Truth.
Literally nothing else in common.
Literally.
Okay, can we just do that again? Because I made so many mistakes.
That's
the purpose of the episode.
So
we'll just keep
yeah,
going.
You know what?
In case you haven't caught on yet, our theme this week is...
mistakes.
Which we've made a lot of.
Oh, can we just talk about my marriage?
Whiskey. There's a reason he has that nickname.
Oh, hashtag whiskey.
Right?
Hashtag never again.
Well, okay. Sure. Did you have any specific examples?
No,
or was that...
I mean, that
okay,
was just,
I
just wanted
really...
to throw it out there.
I was going to throw out everything I did when I was 21 years old.
Literally everything.
Literally almost everything,
well,
yes. I guess not everything, but that was another broad, one that didn't really have any examples. Just, it's on my list. Everything I did when I was 21. If any of you know
anything about being 21,
then
mistakes are made.
Mistakes are always made.
You can't pause in the middle of a sentence while podcasting.
I'm sorry. I was opening I have my list on my phone, and then one of my dear friends had sent me a message, and I did momentarily, just their adorable pictures of her baby. I was like, "Oh, baby," and I was like, "Wait, back to mistakes."
Not that babies are mistakes.
She said it, not me.
Hey! Don't put that on me. Your babies are just wonderful miracles, and they're great.
They are.
Unless you didn't mean to have them.
In which case, they're still...
wonderful miracles.
Hashtag mom.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is starting out so well.
So, the whole reason why this week's episode is about mistakes is because I made a mistake
and I can't wait to hear this story.
That Mary hasn't heard about yet. Well, I sort of told you a teeny snippet of it. But it was a doozy.
Okay,
So,
I'm so excited.
Having been married to whiskey, I made the decision nearly 3 years ago not to drink anymore. And this is a decision that I've been pretty pleased with.
Sure.
I don't really
It's worked out pretty well for you.
Right.
Right.
I don't really miss drinking. I like being able to know that wherever I am, I can always drive myself home. Things like that. To start the story, I went to IKEA. I had
always a good decision. I don't know how.
Right. Well, I just went to the little market area of IKEA because I needed a couple of things.
Meatballs. Lingonberry sauce.
You know what? Actually, I didn't get either of those things. Shocking. I know. I'll be back. It's fine. Close your mouth. Okay, so I made several mistakes.
Yeah, obviously. Hashtag mistake. All right. I'm just going to point out the mistakes and story. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. That was a mistake.
So I purchased several things. One thing I purchased, actually I purchased 2 of this one thing, was a beverage that I had seen in a YouTube video. Somebody did a taste testing of IKEA things.
Mistake. Don't ever try to do what you see people do in YouTube videos.
No, okay, so...
Okay, nope, I'm just pointing out the mistake.
All that happened in the video is she tasted it, and she said, "Oh, it's good." And it was a pear-flavored beverage, and I really love pears.
Okay, all
So
right.
I was like, oh, mental note to self. Next time I go to IKEA, I should find that and purchase it, because I'm sure it's going to be delicious.
Okay, believing someone on the internet. Mistake.
Okay. Dang it.
Okay.
Well, I'm 0 for many.
All right. No, go ahead.
So I was in IKEA. I found this pear drink. It was right next to juice boxes. Almost bought juice boxes too. Didn't. Second mistake. Actually, 800th mistake.
Right.
Purchased 2 of the pear drinks because I am just so confident that it's going to be delicious. It's Swedish. It's at IKEA and it's pear flavored. Great purchasing them. Cut to driving home. I'm very thirsty. It's very fucking hot in Minnesota right now.
It is.
It's been excruciatingly
It's been really
humid.
bad. It's been very uncomfortable.
And I did not have an alternative beverage in the car, but luckily I had just purchased this fantastic pear drink. So I was like, yes.
So
I reach
perfect,
over
Kismet.
into my bag that I also stole from IKEA.
Oh, Mistake. Big mistake.
the big yellow bag, oops.
You're
Sorry,
supposed
IKEA. So
mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
This was just karma then.
It's a can, so I pop the top, I take a sip, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little bit different than what I was expecting. It's pear cider. So I was thinking it's going to be like apple cider.
Sure, but made of
for
pears.
whatever reason in a can. Like, that's weird. Whatever. So
well, it's Swedish. Who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's
do
IKEA.
weird things
IKEA
sometimes.
does really weird things.
That's true.
So I wouldn't have been taking the can of juice. Maybe.
Right. I was like, this is cool.
Airlines have cans of juice.
It's true.
So
It's true.
IKEA's kind of like airlines. Everything's small.
It's true.
So
But this can was large. But anyway.
Okay, all right, well.
So I took a sip. I'm like, oh, it's good, but it's kind of weird. But it's still good. I'm going to keep drinking it. Took another large sip. As I'm pulling the can away from my mouth, I see the letters ALC and then a number followed by a percentage by volume.
Uh-oh.
And I realized that the reason that my perfectly innocent pear beverage tastes strange to me is because it's alcoholic cider.
Good.
I am going 65 miles an hour down the freeway drinking an open can of alcohol.
Oh, good.
Having not had a single drop of it in nearly 3 years. So instantly, I'm panicking. I'm like, okay, there's like 800 cops behind me.
Right.
I'm
You're
about
gonna
to
get
get pulled
pulled
over
over.
for something
Open
seemingly
container.
innocent.
They don't even need any reason anymore.
And they
so.
are somehow going to notice the can that's sitting next to me
Right.
in the car and somehow notice that it's alcoholic. And I am going to go to jail.
Yes, you would. You would.
Because I am actively drinking alcohol
you have an open
whilst
can
driving.
of alcohol in the car. So,
Right.
yeah, even though you
Or-
were, like, sober.
I was,
It
but
wouldn't
that was
matter.
my other concern. I'm like, I haven't had a drop of alcohol in almost 3 years.
So it could have.
It could have hit me. It could have like
2 sips of alcohol.
my tolerance could be completely gone, and I could have just been like instantly drunk. So I'm panicking. I'm like full blown panicking.
I can totally
like
see this
convincing myself that oh no, my brain is starting to feel a little bit fuzzy. I'm getting drunk in this moment. I'm driving 65 miles down highway with an open can of alcohol next to me, and I'm getting drunk because I took a sip of it. I'm going to jail. I was fine.
But you were fine. You made it home, right?
Long story short, I was fine. I made it home. And oh my god, I brought you the extra can because I didn't know what to do with it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something
Look
right
at
now.
this.
In my mind, whilst you were telling this story, I was wondering about the whereabouts of the other can of cider. And I was like, I'm going to ask for it because when she's done talking. And
I still have the open one too. I brought it inside my home. I put it in my fridge. I'm like, what do I do now? Like, my sobriety is broken. Should I just freaking drink it and call it good?
This does not look alcoholic. Like,
No, and I didn't get ID'd or anything, and I'm offended.
What is 0.1%, though? That can't be...
Like, no, it's like nothing. It's nothing percent alcohol, but it
But
is
it is
alcohol.
alcoholic.
It
Now
is
that-
alcoholic. It was literally sitting next to juice boxes for children, unless they were secretly alcoholic as well. IKEA, I love you. Sweden, I love you, but you need to fucking up your packaging game, because I could have died.
I really want to drink this right now.
You can take, I mean, it was good. Take a sip.
You know
it's
what?
great.
I think, here we go. See?
For dramatic effect.
Right?
Pop. Sip. It's great.
Oh, it's definitely alcoholic, yeah.
Yes.
It's good, though.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
I still have the can sitting in my fridge. I can't decide whether I'm going to drink it or not. All the fizz is surely gone
Yeah,
now.
the fizz is probably an integral part of the enjoyment of this beverage. So
I don't know.
Mistake number 5,000 was that
Not
you
finishing the
didn't
drink.
immediately drink it when you got home. And we're safe.
I
It would
couldn't
have
decide.
calmed you down.
It probably would have.
And you wouldn't have wasted a perfectly good cider perron. That's definitely not how you say that. That came out.
No, that was very French. So mistakes have been made, and I was so scared.
Well, I'm glad that you survived.
Me too.
I did something similar on the way up north, but I didn't actually open the can. I had Rolling Rock in the cooler, and I pulled a Rolling Rock out of the cooler like, thinking it was a Coca-Cola, but I looked at it before I opened it, and so
Well,
I didn't actually
I didn't
open
feel the need to thoroughly examine the can that was sitting right next to juice boxes I thought was a perfectly innocent pear beverage. But see, it's on this side where, like, you pull it away from your mouth
Oh,
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden you see
like,
the ALC.
Oh, no.
Like, so you can see, like, you
This
pull
has
it away
alcohol
and
in
there it is.
it. Now I just want to drink
Fuck.
all this. I don't want to talk anymore, and it's probably
Well,
going to make me
that's
burp. This was
problematic.
probably bad decision, Bears.
Mistake.
Mistake was made. I
Mistake's
opened
been
the
made.
can. Dude, this is
But
just
now you have to
snowballing.
finish it. You can't let something awful happen to it like the first can.
That's true, because you're such a waster.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story now
Okay.
about...
Better be as good as my drinking while driving story.
Well, it's not, probably, but in the larger scheme of things. But it could develop into future mistakes, and so we can talk about it. The Pokemon Go.
Oh.
Okay, I downloaded the app.
Hashtag Team Mystic.
Yeah, I am on Team Mystic
Hashtag
also.
come at me.
Yeah. I am not battling yet. I just turned level 5 because despite
That's
the premise
so
of the
cute.
game, I haven't actually really left my house whilst
Okay.
playing it.
But you have caught, like, awesome Pokemon just sitting in your fucking living room, and I'm so pissed about it.
I'm so sorry.
I've been all up and down this goddamn state trying to find Pokemon, and you are catching Tangelas in your living room. No.
Well...
Rude.
No, okay, so my mistake is this. Well, downloading the app, obviously mistake number 1, because when you hear about how something is a huge time suck, your first instinct should definitely be to download the app and join the time suck convention. So, I did it. I started the Pokemon Go.
I did it.
And I put my egg in my incubator, because I went up to the Pokestop that was by my house and
Sure.
spun it and got an egg. So I'm like, all right, I learned I didn't actually have to go to the park or across the street. That's my main goal, is finding out just how slackery I can be and still reach the Pokestop, etc.
Right.
But I spun it, I got my egg, I put it in my little incubator, and off I went. And all of a sudden I see someone has put a lure at the other park that is kind of within walking distance to my house. She noticed one even tonight, and I told you at that point that you can't walk there. And this is how I found that out. I got on the little trail behind the house, and I was like, I'm going to go get this lure. And to preface this story, my children had their bus stop up by this park this school year. So I'm thinking... piece o' cake, right?
Great.
The kids walked there, like, they didn't in the middle of winter or anything,
Right.
but, they walked there all spring and had no problem. So I'm like, I'm going to walk to this park and get me some Pokemon, okay?
Yeah.
So
Gotta catch 'em all.
as I come up to the top of the hill, I see...
Wait, that hill?
the
Fuck that hill.
She
First,
knows.
I know the hill.
She knows
Fuck
the
that
hill.
hill.
I see it, and I'm like, okay, it's not really that far.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I'm at the top of the hill. And as I go down the hill, it's actually a lot further than one would think. And once I get to the bottom of the hill, I'm in the bottom where the mosquitoes live.
No.
Yes, and all the other lovely insects. So as they're swarming my face and body, because at this point, I'm sweating.
Right.
Another mistake, going outside. It was very hot. Okay, it's been very hot and humid. And I thought, this was at 9, so I'm thinking dusk. It shouldn't be too bad. Oh, that's mosquitoes'
No.
favorite time of day. So I'm in the swamp walking, and I get to the part where I know there's no actual path here because
Sure.
this is in between two cities. And so the cities don't like each other, and they haven't made a path to connect because who would pay for it, I mean, it would be madness. So I'm walking up the hill, and I realize that I am not close enough to the Pokestop. It is not changing colors. The bugs are attacking me beyond belief. And I get to a point where there's been a lot of rain lately. There's a part that's underwater. And I see some enterprising young children have put, reeds down to cross it, but nope, not having any of that. So I turn around and give up, having never made it to the Pokestop.
No.
And I proceed to walk back, and no, it gets better, because as I'm walking back, a very attractive man is walking a dog. And he's going towards the park, and he says, "Did you get your Pokemon?" And I'm like, why the hell are you talking to me, super attractive man? Because I'm really sweaty And, like, you know, I've been attacked by bugs. There's, like, welts all over my face. I'm panting. I'm super pissed.
Who's panting more? You or the dog?
It was me. And I can't even respond. I'm looking at him like, why are you talking to me? And I was just like, no, but I caught 8 mosquito bites. Because when I'm around people and when I'm around anyone, really, I get a little anxious. And when I'm anxious, what do? I make jokes. And so I told him about how I caught 8 mosquito bites. And he was just like, I could tell. He was like, why did I talk to this girl? And so I'm like, we're in agreement. And I walked away.
He was just trying to, make a friend, what Pokemon does for literally everyone else.
Everyone but me.
Except Mary.
I have, anxiety. I've talked about it before. So, really, it makes no sense for me to go to a place where there are a lot of people that want to talk to each other. No. That's, my worst nightmare.
It is.
But I don't know. The whole thing was a mistake. Attractive guy. I decided later you were probably gay. That's why you talked to me. And I'm a little bummed out that I missed out on an opportunity to make a new friend in the neighborhood. But you were really too hot. Even if you were gay, I would have been uncomfortable around your beauty. So it's probably for the better that I just had my verbal diarrhea all over you and you got away. So, but Pokemon Go, mistake for me, I think. I think a mistake. I found out there's a gym by my local Unique, though, so I feel like I'm going to
you can start training then.
Yes,
because you're level 5 now.
Right, I know. And I thought that when I got to level 5, because every time I clicked on a gym, it was like, come back when you're level 5. There's one that's not that far from the house. I thought, maybe I'll be able to do it from the house, but of course not. Once I could click on it, it was like, you're too far away.
Right.
Yeah, which I get is the point of the game, and I think it's really cool and unique that it's getting people out there, and
I'm a big fan.
I think it's cool, but
I like it very much. But
I made some definite mistakes there.
I cheat.
You cheat.
I cheat.
That's a mistake. That's always a mistake.
So, no, because I don't really like people in general. It's less about anxiety. It's just I don't like you.
That's why I'm so special.
But I still, right.
Right.
You're one of, maybe 4 people in the whole world that I like.
Except for all of our listeners.
Right. Love.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love. Anyway, but so I don't like people, but I really want to do well at the game. I really want to catch them all. I really want to.
Some guy claimed he did. Did you see that?
No, he fucking lied. I read that article, and and they're like, oh no, he caught all of them except for the ones that are only located in such and such a place. I'm like, no, he doesn't fucking win until he catches them fucking all. I
read that there were some that people haven't ever seen. So
that's too bad.
So you haven't won yet then.
He doesn't fucking win until he fucking catches them all.
Says the girl who claimed to win having caught Pikachu like every other person in Pokemon Go except for me.
Right. No, I hatched Pikachu.
Oh, that's right.
I was gifted Pikachu
I'm
from the Pokemon gods.
I have not hatched anything yet because despite my egg being in the incubator the other night and all the panting, it was only 0.9 kilometers. So I still have over halfway to go to hatch my first egg.
Okay, but
it was really hot though. It was twice as far and
it was.
And hot. When you multiply the hotness in, it was an exercise equal to hatching an egg, which I wish Pokemon Go would accept effort level as part of the criteria.
Temperature into
or account, even your pulse or your blood pressure.
Something.
Give us some hatties.
Give us something.
Give us an extra little edge.
Ugh, there's a Weedle sitting right next to us here. I'm not gonna catch it.
Why, you don't want it?
Well, no, because I'm low on Pokeballs.
Oh, I'm gonna go catch it then.
Oh, you catch it. That's fine.
How can you multitask like that? I didn't even know you were looking at your phone.
So I need to tell you about how I cheat though.
Oh yeah, okay,
so,
explain.
I know just from being in certain areas, if I stop to get food somewhere, if I stop at a store somewhere, anything, I open up Pokemon Go and check to see where the nearest Pokestops are. Just so I know.
Pokestop? Because I've been calling it a Pokestop.
I think either one is fine.
Okay.
I say Poke.
I just think Pokestop sounds faster. Okay.
Pokestops. So I figure out where they are, just so I know for the future. And if they're within a reasonable distance or not way out of my way, I'll go to them. But I now know several places where there are several Pokestops in a small area.
Sure.
And that are often busy and often have lures. So, the ones that I can drive to and are close enough to the parking lot to reach so that I do not have to exit my car are the ones that I go to. And I frequent these sumbitches.
That's not cheating.
Yes, it is.
Really?
Because I'm not, like, do people probably catch better Pokemon than me when they're out, like, actually walking around? Yeah, probably. But it's fucking hot here, as we've said.
It's too hot.
And I require air conditioning to live. So,
I mean, I've caught most of my Pokemon in my house, so you're preaching to the choir here.
I'm really offended by that. So I have to actually, like, use my gas to go somewhere.
Well, I'm replacing thrifting with this.
Okay, that's fair. So the other day, I spent a full hour parked at a park in Eden Prairie that has 5 Pokestops that can be accessed from the parking lot. And always have lures on them because there's always 800 fucking people there, none of which I want to talk to. So I sit pleasantly cool in my car and catch all the Pokeballs because they refresh every 5 minutes. Do you know this?
Well, when the lures are on, they refresh quicker, right? I thought...
No, I don't think so.
Really? Because I've been doing a lot of internet research on this.
Okay, well then maybe.
Okay.
But they refresh every 5 minutes generally, and the lure is active for half an hour, and everybody's always dropping their damn lures on these things. So I stayed there for a full hour. I got like 100 freaking Pokeballs, and I caught literally 800 Drowsies. Like, if I catch another fucking Drowsy, I'm gonna murder somebody. I don't even have one of those yet, and they look you have to go to this park in Eden Prairie then, because you get 800 of them. That's all that's there, and then like maybe a Jinx. I did catch a Taurus there, which was cool. He used like 500 CP something, which was great. I needed him. But,
See, I can see how the social aspect is appealing, but
I'm not about that life.
I know. I don't like talking to strangers. Sorry, hot guy with the dog, but I can't even talk to you.
He was gay. It's fine.
I know. That's why I'm saying. Like, you obviously were
Matt
gay.
would be sad about missing out on him.
Oh.
It's fine.
I know.
By the way, so I don't get yelled at, shout out Matt. He works at Spallon Montage in Woodbury. He does my hair, and it's great.
Haley does my hair, so shout out Haley. But I like you, Matt. You're really cool. I enjoy your shenanigans on Facebook. I agree with you. Go Church of Cher and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Totally. Now, you did your shout out.
He's not a mistake, though. So
no, he's not. I'm
going to think of it that way.
Do my PSA for the week. And I think it's a mistake, and it's something that's been bothering me for a long time. And this is something new that I've been doing. I've only done once before, but I'm going to try to reach out to local retailers or, I don't know, corporations or whomever, and just give them a little PSA about how what they're doing is wrong. Last time we talked about how a 1-day sale with a preview day is actually a 2-day sale. Right. So today we're going to talk about a certain large credit card company who has a spokesperson that I think used to be married to Ben Affleck. I'm not sure. Might still be. I don't know. I think it's a will they or won't they situation.
Uncertain about their marital status.
But she's their spokesperson, and I was watching the commercial, and she's talking about how you get double miles with every purchase everywhere.
Every purchase everywhere.
Right. Everywhere. It doesn't matter where. You get double miles everywhere. And I want to just grab her by the shoulders and shake her and tell her that if it's double miles everywhere, it's not double. It's just the number of miles they give you. If you don't actually get half of the miles for any purchases and everything is double miles, then it's just the number of miles that they give you, and it's not double anything. So that's my PSA for the week. It's lies. Stop it. It's only double if you're doubling something. And since you're not doing any doubling.
What if she means that it's double what other companies give you?
It can't be. They can't possibly know what other companies give, and all other companies can't possibly give the same number, and this company is the only one that gives double that number.
Don't know.
It's not double miles if it's just what everyone gets all the time. It's just miles. It really bothered me. So that's the kind of thing.
Mistakes have been made.
Advertising mistakes. You've made a mistake. Unnamed credit card company. I will now not ever get a card with you.
Wow.
Not that I was your goal audience anyway. I have horrible credit. So
Wow.
another mistake that I've made quickly here is because it won't require a ton of discussion. Jeans.
Look.
Jeans are a mistake.
Look. Jeans are fabulous.
Jeans are called leg prisons.
Jeans are not called leg prisons. Jeans are called jeans.
Leggings are called leggings pants.
No.
And jeans are called leg prisons.
No. Incorrect statement. Disregard.
Okay,
No.
I just challenge you to get the range of motion that I have in my
I have
legging pants.
perfectly fine range of motion.
Leg prisons.
In my jeans.
I just can't even. They're a mistake I made
love
and I will
them.
never make again.
Ugh.
So my leggings
You
and
are
I are in
just-
love. And speaking of my leggings, another mistake was the purchase of these leggings because...
Yes.
Okay. I had a good reason. Because I bought them to wear with this shirt. My shirt says, I solemnly swear I am up to no good. It's obviously a Harry Potter fandom shirt. If you didn't know, you've made
Why are
tons of
you
mistakes in your life. Get out.
Why are you here? You can't come back until you've read
Go
every
read Harry
book and
Potter.
watched every movie.
Just get out and don't come
Good
back.
God.
You
sir.
have made many mistakes in your life, I can guarantee you.
I said good day, sir.
But I bought that shirt, and then I bought these leggings, which these in the LuLaRoe land are known as Dobby leggings. And I haven't gotten into a lot of detail about LuLaRoe land. It's on the internet. It's a Facebook groups, many Facebook groups.
It's
and
a thing. Explain
a
to
thing.
me why these are Dobby leggings.
Because look, here's Dobby.
That's no.
Okay,
that's
I know.
not Dobby.
I know it's not Dobby. So mistakes were made. Whoever called
This looks
these.
like Darth Vader's helmet.
No, look at
The
it the
shape
other
of
way.
it.
Look at it like
No.
these are the eyes, and here's his ears. See?
No.
Okay, well, mistakes were made. I thought
Jesus.
maybe, and then I thought, well, at least they'll match the shirt. But guess what? This dark color that looks like it's black in every
No,
photo
it's
on the
navy.
internet, yeah, it's not black. It's
You
not,
can't fucking
it's
fool
not,
me.
It's not really navy. It's like so dark, it's barely navy, but it
No,
definitely
it's
is
navy.
navy. And
It's
it does
navy.
not match the black shirt I'm wearing with this.
No.
But this shirt doesn't match any leggings.
It's fine.
But it's a mistake. This is a mistake.
Navy
Buying the
is
leggings-
always a mistake.
Navy is.
And navy can't fool me ever.
Well, I thought
Navy
it was
has
black.
never once fooled
The
me
internet
in my
told
life.
me it was black.
Well, the internet
Mistake.
fucking lies. The internet doesn't have my eyes. It should have asked me first.
Right, it would have known then that
Navy
this is
cannot
clearly
fool
navy.
me.
And
Fucking
we're
navy.
in a very not well lit room, and she can still clearly see these.
It's
are.
navy.
So that was the mistake.
100% navy.
My outfit today. That's actually why I put it on. When I thought about it, I was like, our theme is
It's a
mistakes.
mistake.
I'm gonna wear my mistake Harry Potter outfit. Do you have a mistake you want to talk about?
I've never made any mistakes.
So this is all
I'm
me.
perfection.
Clearly.
Yeah, all of your mistakes. I thought of a mistake that I made that you were involved in.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you've been involved in several of my
Shut
mistakes.
up, that's not true at all.
No, it is. But this one, I think, is like the first mistake that you were
I
ever
think I
involved
know
in.
what you're gonna say.
Do you?
I'm guessing it involves an overheated pool.
It
and
does! It does!
I knew it.
Yeah, no. So, there was a time. What would this have been? About maybe like 6 years ago now?
It was a long time
6
ago.
years ago, I
6
think.
years ago, yeah.
Oh, man.
Mistakes were
Ouch.
made.
Mistakes were made.
Ah.
But the sad thing about this is, so my parents have a pool. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
We're gonna get to
We
your,
are.
your
Oh, we're gonna
email.
get to you,
Don't
sir.
you wait.
Oh, I
Just
have.
you
Oh,
wait.
you wait.
But my parents have a pool, and this was when we were still fairly new friends, and I invited you and Tuna and another friend and Stone
Yes.
over,
Stone.
and we were all there. I had just gotten these new my wrist tattoos, so I couldn't even swim.
Yeah.
But I invited you guys over to swim
Because
I
we
had my
really
feet
wanted to go
dipped.
swimming.
Right, and this was it was May.
Yeah,
I
so it
remember.
was still pretty
It was, like,
cool out.
yeah,
Like
so
it was
still
really
kinda cool.
kind of too cool to go and do like normal swimming.
Right.
At least in Minnesota. I know if you're in
At
California.
least at night.
Yeah.
At night,
Yeah.
still kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
During the day, okay.
Maybe.
But
Depends.
anyway,
on the
this
day.
was in the evening.
Yeah.
So it was kind of chilly.
Mhm.
So to be nice to my new friends, I turned up the pool that was heated to really really quite warm.
It was very warm.
It was very
It felt
warm.
really nice.
It did. It felt like a
did.
hot
tub.
tub. So it was great. Have you ever swam in a hot tub? You shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
But,
But if you,
it happened.
it did. It was really nice.
It wasn't like bubbling, but like
No, but it was really
steam
warm.
was coming up.
Oh
of
yeah.
it.
See, and this wasn't any
Steam!
new to me because my mother actually got on the news with a photo of her pool that was heated in the middle of winter. My mother kept our pool open for 3 straight years. Yes, she did. She heated it, and she would pull the cover back, and she took a picture of all the steam coming off. And my dad liked to call it money floating away from the pool, but it actually got on the news because they were like, "Why does this lady
Because
have
there's
her
this
pool
crazy
heated?"
lady.
But yeah, so it wasn't new to me. I had already been in heated pools before,
Okay.
so I didn't really think much of it.
I mean,
I thought it was awesome.
I had been in
but-
the pool before when the heater was on, but never to that level.
Sure.
No one had.
Yeah.
We cranked that bitch up to 11.
I don't say we. Like, I didn't
Okay,
touch it.
I
You
cranked
did.
that bitch up to 11.
I wasn't, like, complaining, though, because
No.
it was quite nice.
Yeah, as I recall, you quite enjoyed
No, I did
yourself.
enjoy myself.
But
We were drinking,
The
not
other-
just
we-
0.1%
yeah,
cedar.
no.
Perrin. No,
There was
real stuff.
Yeah.
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 But so the big problem though is that I not only did this, but I didn't turn it down.
Oh, right, when we were done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I woke up the next morning and steam is still coming off the pool. And then I thought, oh, maybe I should go turn that down.
Whoops.
$500 later, mistakes were made. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I feel like it was.
I bet your
it
dad
was-
remembers. I bet
he
his
probably
next email,
does.
he'll probably
Yeah,
tell you.
he'll tell me exactly.
how
Dad,
much.
tell us how much I still owe you for that bill. 'Cause,
That was really,
whew,
really fun night, though.
for
me.
For you.
For me, it was. It was.
Oh my god,
But-
it was the mostly fun night for me.
Yeah, it was until it wasn't not fun until you got up the next morning and realized
Right.
the pool was still hot and worse.
Right.
That probably really when the bill came is when it really became an unfun.
Well,
That's a pretty good story, though.
oh my god, my hot tub pool.
Birds,
Sorry, Dad.
birds as pets.
Agree.
A mistake.
Whiskey and I had a bird too.
Yeah,
Huge mistake.
mistakes were made. My husband and I had discussed getting another pet, and my son's birthday came around, and there were 2, like, parakeets I got for, free. You can't see the air quotes, but you could probably hear them.
Free.
They were free at the time, and I got him for his birthday, and we put him at that time. It was our spare bedroom. Now it's Noodle's room. But we had the birds in there, and they're noisy, and they throw seed, and they are really dirty. And one day, this was the day of and I can't quite remember what the day was supposed to be, but everyone was up in arms about how it was the the Mayan apocalypse or whatever. And we went in to go check on the birds, and they both had died on the same day at the same time. And I could never figure out why. I referred to it as the birdocalypse. And decided it was partially real. Because my birds did just drop dead on that day. And I wasn't really sad about it, and I still feel sort of bad about that. But
Fuck birds.
birds are a mistake as pets. I wouldn't recommend it. I know people say, like, oh, the big birds that talk and stuff, and they live for, like, a quadrillion years to torture
True.
you with their noisiness and their
Like,
bad habits, and
you're basically forcing your children and possibly your grandchildren to
to
take
care
on
for
your
a
pet.
cranky bird that will bite your finger and just be ugly in
Ugh.
general. So
Fuck birds.
birds as pets, big mistake.
Never again.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You know what I don't trust?
Hmm.
My parents. So
So-
mistakes have been made in regard to food
Oh.
with my parents. I
Yeah.
thought of 2 right
Okay.
off the bat that, Dad, I love you, but you guys are mean. So I was very young, and I mean, my whole life, but especially when I was young, chocolate was like, it's chocolate.
Chocolate's delicious.
It's literally the best thing you could ever have in your whole
It's so
life.
true.
It's
There's a
chocolate.
reason that it can ward off dementors.
Right.
It's delicious.
It's the best.
and perfect. It makes you feel like $1 million.
It does.
It does.
Well, I don't remember why, But for whatever reason, my mom, I think maybe it was my dad, it was one of them, was trying to give me rye bread, and I wouldn't eat it because it was very suspect. It was brown.
Right?
And,
ugly.
like,
smells bad.
Bread is white. So
Yeah.
I was very, very suspect. Did not trust it. And they said, no, it's fine. It's chocolate bread.
Those liars!
I know.
Oh.
Imagine my disappointment and hurt when
Right?
I took a ginormous bite of this bread and it was not chocolate flavored.
Not chocolate at all.
Oh,
gross.
It was the worst.
Lies. No.
So the other thing that happened food related. I do not like anything that came from the sea. From the water.
Don't get started on
don't.
this sea. We don't have
No.
anything in common.
We really
So
don't.
many
It's the
delicious
beginning
seafoods.
of every episode.
God.
With the exception of cranberries, anything that came from the water, I don't like it. I don't eat it. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't even like to go to the water because of these things. I don't like them.
All sea life, then.
It's disgusting. So, my parents, we went to a buffet once. So, one time I went back to get some food for myself, did not have a parent accompany me, because I was old enough at this point to not need one, I thought. And I saw onion rings. Like, onion rings. Great.
Oh.
Love onion rings. Actually, I think this was, like, still when I was newly figuring out that I like onion rings, because
Okay.
before that, onions. Bleh.
Ugh.
But now I'm like, oh, deep fried onions.
Okay, better.
We'll
Yeah.
take. So I took several onion rings, loaded them onto my plate, more than I should have, especially in this situation. Popped one in my mouth on my way back to the table, and thought, oh, this is not a good onion ring. This tastes very weird. I don't like this onion ring. So I got back to the table, and I don't know if I, like, said, Dad, do you want these? I don't like them, or something like that. Or maybe he even just outright said, like, why did you get those? And I was like, well, they're onion rings, and I like onion. He's, no, Hailey, those are calamari rings. It's fucking, I ate a fucking squid ring of squid.
Calamari's good.
No,
Calamari's-
no.
Yes, it is.
No, it was slimy, and
Okay.
it tasted
Well, I can
wrong.
see how if you were expecting an onion, but I mean, really,
Oh.
onions are also very slimy. Onions, I would take a calamari ring over an onion ring any
No.
day.
No.
Onions
It
are
was
gross.
Awful, and it lied to me.
Well,
and
it didn't. You
then
were just
Dad
not smart
laughed
enough.
at me
Well,
for having eaten squid.
well,
I love you, Dad, but that was mean.
Jeez, we're talking to your dad a lot in this episode.
We are, so we should probably
Get
address,
to
like,
the
his
email.
really great emails.
Yes, he sent really good ones.
Really good one. Great.
It
In
was.
fact, Dad's email for episode 4 reads, episode 4, best so far.
Yeah!
2 exclamation points.
I loved all
So,
the exclamation points.
I feel like we're really getting
I think
good.
we're really getting good. Yeah, it's easy to when you're talking about your hometown pride. It's easy to be good at that. I guess
It is.
but,
Yeah, I think we
yeah.
did really well. My favorite part of this email is when he says all the things that you need to work on.
I know. He's got so many things that he's like, I'm going to pick on Mary for a minute. And then he proceeds to pretty much disparage everything that I said in the episode. So, but-
obviously I'm perfect.
Of course.
You need some work.
Her laugh is so cute. You know, she keep up the great work. Good job, Hailey.
Yep, keep it up, sweetheart.
Yes.
At the bottom.
Love you. That's
Just
certainly
me.
not for me, obviously. So, no, my part
So,
was before that. Here we
Here
go.
are the mistakes that you
Okay,
made.
here we go.
That you need to correct. Stop the stadium rips. I pay taxes on things I don't use/care about.
Okay, fine. I mean, I've given up. It's open now. So I've
It-
clearly
yeah.
lost.
I mean, there's nothing you can do.
No, except complain, which I did. And I think I'm going to get the comeuppance now because the bird thing, the bird thing's really funny. They didn't want to spend the money on getting the bird reflective glass or whatever, but now they're going to spend about a quarter of that money to do a study about whether the birds actually hit the glass or not, which is just kind of like funny in my opinion because, you know, why not just spend more money and just fix the glass in the first place? Because you're going to do a study, and at the end of that study, you're going to find out, like, yes, indeed, you are killing birds. And then you're going to have to spend the money to upgrade the existing glass to stop killing the birds, and it's going to probably be more expensive in the long run.
So I feel like you're not doing a very good job.
No, I'm not. Okay. Point taken. We aren't going to talk about the stadium anymore because it is built. So that's it. All right, fine.
This is basically like a cardinal sin. You forgot Herb Brooks when listing statues in the Twin Cities.
I'm debating whether I should admit that I don't know who that is.
Oh my God.
I didn't, and I meant to Google it after I read the email, and then...
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Is it a sports person? Why
I'm
are you
dumbfounded right now.
Who is it?
He was the coach of the Olympic... The Miracle on Ice, Mary!
It's
the Miracle on Ice!
It's a sports thing.
He's the coach. He's from Minnesota.
Okay, that's awesome.
He basically won the Cold War.
That happened before I was born.
I don't care.
And also, I don't like hockey, as we already discussed. And also, fuck sports. So...
Number 3, ripped on hockey. Those are fighting words around here. Go wild.
Hey, you guys can like your sports all you want. Clearly, you love your stadium. You like your sports. I'm never gonna like it. Sorry. They suck anyway. And that's a stupid name for a team, by the way.
Who is Herb Brooks? Are you...
I feel like it's Herb Brooks. Isn't it Herb?
No!
It's not.
No! It is not Herb.
It's Herb.
Oh.
I feel really bad.
My God.
I'm so sorry. I'm not taking these points to heart at all.
You're really
I was
not.
going to concede on
He's
one.
He's going to stop listening.
No, don't do
We're
that.
We're going to lose our number one
He's
fan.
Our number one
Possibly
fan.
our only fan.
I feel like... Wait,
Other
we have
than
another
Amanda,
fan letter.
we're going to get to her.
We're going to get to you, Amanda. Okay. What was the next thing? Okay, fine. Sorry.
Can of corn and tater tot hot dish. Several dots. WTF.
I agree.
Can of veg-all is the correct answer. However, you do get bonus points for correctly not using cream of mushroom soup.
I will, on this point, I was ready to concede that I used to use veg-all until I married the world's pickiest vegetable eater. He doesn't like peas, he doesn't really like green beans, he doesn't like canned carrots, and he hates lima beans. So, I can't use veg-all. But if I could, I would, because I agree that a tater tot hot dish with veg-all is delicious. Right. It even has potatoes. I mean, it's really...
It does.
It's all the veg.
It is.
So I will concede on that point. You are right. I hope that has earned back a couple brownie points anyway.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know.
He did follow up all of his criticisms of you with just kidding, of course, but then several dots, kind of.
Yeah, so it's okay. So... We don't have... You didn't raise me, so chances are I'm not going to have the same opinions as you. Whereas, Hailey over here.
Wow.
Clearly love you,
I am
sweetheart.
my father's daughter.
You are, so that's okay. It's all right. I'm not...
So,
there's no hard feelings here. No.
Things that we missed in our Minnesota episode. And it doesn't have to be our only
It's
Minnesota
not going
episode.
to be, because we also missed the whole Minnesota nice, like, a true Minnesota offer thing.
Right.
We never talked about that.
Minnesota-isms is what we missed.
Yeah, we missed a lot of those.
So, and I've made a list. So there will be
another Minnesota episode.
Don't worry.
When we can't think of a better
things
theme.
we should have mentioned, apparently, in episode 4. Duluth/the North Shore. Prairie Home Companion. The Mayo Clinic, which that's legit. Like, that's a big deal. That
It
the
is
Mayo
a big
Clinic
deal.
Is here.
That's true.
Zubas.
Zubas were made here.
Holla Zubas.
Zubas are like the LuLaRoe leggings of the 80s.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Except so. I would wear them.
Oh, you would wear Zubas,
yeah.
huh?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah.
All right, now, those are fighting words. You want to talk about some fighting words? You would wear Zubas, but not leggings?
Yeah, I will wear the shit out of some Zubas. Zubas are comfortable.
F you and the effers that made you.
Ow.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's my parents.
I'm just kidding. About that part of it.
Okay.
I'm going to photograph my outfit now.
So, also Lutefisk, which...
Oh, Lutefisk.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about good Minnesotan food, Dad.
Right. That's not bad. Bad.
Lutefisk.
Lutefisk is disgusting.
Lutefisk is not good.
It always makes me think of that scene in Drop Dead Gorgeous where she's like, it's best with lots of butter.
No.
She's
I mean, I love the whole Swedish heritage thing, but that's too far.
Lutefisk is pretty gross.
Well, no.
I vote no.
Also, Spam.
Spam. Okay, we did miss the mark by not mentioning
Spam is made here. You know
because
what?
we talked about Juicy Lucy's and not Spam.
I don't think I've ever in my life had Spam.
Really? You've never actually eaten it?
I can't think of a time.
I went to boarding
Dad,
school.
in your next email, let me know if you ever made us anything with Spam in it, because I can't think of a time that I've ever had Spam in my life. So maybe I'm not a very good Minnesotan. Who knows? Also, Amanda. Panda, you sent us an email. We have more than one fan, folks.
Yay!
Now there's proof.
There's two. Okay.
She likes many things about our show,
which is
I
awesome.
think is great. First of all, the rabbit trails that we go on, which is basically
the whole episodes.
That's
all the episodes
what
are,
we do. It's just us talking. That's a podcast.
That is a podcast.
That's our podcast, at
so.
least. Ripping on whiskey, just fabulous.
Did it already this episode too?
We did. I think somehow it just kind of comes up in every
one. Well, this one was called Mistakes, so it was clearly going to come up in this one.
Yeah, we can't have an episode about mistakes without whiskey. So there that is.
There's that.
Accents. One of the many reasons that
you are welcome.
Hilarious.
Yes, of course, we love accents here. I will do rest of episode in Russian accents for you. We are almost done with this problem. We are so close.
Okay.
So I will do rest in Russian accents. Everyone love it. Shut up. Get moving with points. Read more email. Let's go.
The dislikes is she can't think of anything right now, which is great.
Yay.
She did have a question for us.
A question for us.
Question's great. Ask us many questions. We're here
we would
to
love
help
to
you
answer
with your
questions.
life.
I will do advice column.
Yeah.
It will be great.
Fucking help with Helga.
Help with Helga. You can address email to Helga. I will read email and respond in accent.
Okay. So, Amanda's question. Should I do a GoFundMe for a boob job? Because I've lost a little bit of weight, and they look very sad.
GoFundMe is for so many things. Why not for boobs?
First of all, let's address the fact that she says she lost a little bit of weight. Like, no, she lost like a whole person.
That's amazing, by the way. I had to drop the accent to be sincere there because props to you, girl.
But anyway, back to her question.
Yes.
Should she get
I think
GoFundMe
so.
for a boob job?
Why not? A lot of people have used it for things that are a lot less important than you having nice tits. Just saying.
But you having nice tits is important.
It is important. Your self-worth, it's not just about having beautiful breasts. You did something really amazing for your body, and you should reward yourself for that and finish the picture that you've created. So I think that it's a great cause, and you should definitely do it. That's my opinion, because I would give you $5.
I will pay good money for good tits.
She's just going to stick with that.
I just care about the boobs. And she had great boobs. I mean, I haven't seen them recently, so I don't know, what's wrong with them now. They might still be great, but she had great boobs before.
There's probably just, when you lose weight everywhere. So they do get a little smaller, and then they, sag a little.
That's unfortunate.
But it's not because they're actually smaller, really, because the boob tissues doesn't disappear, but, there's a...
I don't get it.
Well, your boobs are partially fat, so... I bet they look great.
I think they're kind of...
But I would totally do it anyway.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, I'm not saying I'll fund the whole thing, but
that's why I said I'll give you $5.
Yeah.
But a lot of people might, just post a nice picture and, Twitter the crap out of that thing. I mean, I don't know.
Twitter. We'll retweet it.
Well, yeah, because, Hailey will.
I will.
I tried downloading the app, and for some reason, it keeps giving me notifications when Donald Trump tweets. And I don't want to know about that, much less read them, much less freaking mistake America. That's on my list, by the way. One of my mistakes is thinking that the Republican Party would gain some sanity at some point and nominate someone else. That was the thought I had a long time ago. I mean, I knew now that was pretty much impossible, but 6 months ago, I was like, that's a joke. They'll definitely come up with someone better. He's not actually going to be the candidate. Punked. One of my Facebook
Mistakes
friends.
were made.
Oh my gosh, I just have to share this because it was really great. Tony Johnson, she owns Turquoise Vintage in Minneapolis. It's an awesome vintage store. But anyway, she posted something and it really made me laugh. And she goes, I'm not saying that Prince and David Bowie were holding together the fabric of the universe, but gestures wildly around oneself. It really gave me the laugh like that.
Yeah.
Just saying, mistakes were made, guys.
Ugh.
clearly it's all falling apart, and it probably has something to do with the lack of Prince and David Bowie.
I agree.
Possibly could.
On that note, please send us an email. I love you, Dad, but I kind of want other people to email us too. But you still email us.
You still need to email us,
They're
and
great.
there's no hard feelings here. You're allowed to like what you like. More power to you.
I can't believe you didn't know who Herb Brooks is.
Well, you know what?
my
I
God.
don't like sports, so
Ugh.
I don't waste my brain space on things that don't interest me.
Okay. Well.
Okay. So I have priorities. Maybe mistakes were made. I don't know. You tell us. How bad is it that I don't know who Herb Brooks is?
That's going to be our poll on Twitter this week.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do that and see, because I really didn't know. And I did mean to Google, and then I just didn't, because
would've been
I
cheating.
figured that since I didn't know, it was probably a sports person. So I was just like, meh, I'm just going to lean back on I hate sports and screw you guys.
Oh my God. So follow us on Twitter and participate in the poll so we can tell Mary in the next episode just
That
how
it's
awful
really, really
she
bad,
is
apparently.
that she
that I
didn't
didn't
know
who it
who
was.
Herb Brooks is.
So.
The results from our poll last week, which was who truly invented the Juicy Lucy, Matt's Bar, or the 5-8 Club, were inconclusive, much like the rest of the state. It's exactly 50-50.
Perfect.
So we still don't know.
We don't know. Then that's pretty much, that is the answer.
That is.
That we don't know.
Whatever.
They're all good. Eat all the Juicy Lucy's.
All of them.
Yeah. And have a great week. We'll see you next time.
We won't see them, though.
Well, we'll hear you.
No, we won't.
No.
They'll
Well, we
hear
should
us.
hear from you.
Yeah, we would love to hear
We
from
would
you.
love to hear from you.
me
And
say
you
it
will
again.
hear us.
Email us louderthanEverpodcast
Send us an email.
@gmail.com. Send
Feedback
us an email.
appreciated.
Tweet us.
Please
Comment on
let
our
us know.
Instagram pictures.
What you think
We're just
of us.
talking over each other
Survey.
at this point. Please
Survey.
respond to us. Please
Please
interact with
rate us.
Like, rate,
Like
and
us.
comment.
Subscribe. Comment.
Oh yeah, subscribe.
Aha.
That's important.
That's very important.
Do that. We'll be back next week.
Oh my god. It's fine. It's great.
It's good. It's fine.
It's really great.
It's whatever.
You don't need to worry about it.
It's good.
It's gonna be
It's
awesome.
fine. #best episode ever.
Mistakes were made.